Have you ever spent hours scrolling through Pinterest, looking at outfit after outfit, creating board after board, and then following the links, ordering pieces, getting all the outfits, and looking at yourself like, what did I just do? Because nothing ever lands right. You try on the outfit exactly like the Pinterest girl did, and it doesn't look good. Why is that? Are you the problem, or is it Pinterest? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why Pinterest is the problem and not you, because you're perfect. Oftentimes, when you are struggling with something, what is your first go-to? This could have been dated back to being in grade school. You're struggling with your homework. Maybe you look over at your friend's homework and you just copy that. And you've taken that same idea and that same principle of thinking over to discovering your personal style. And you wonder why it's not working out, right? It's this idea of being able to go onto a website. It could be Pinterest. It could be so many other inspiration hubs where tons and tons of outfit inspiration lies. And you go there and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm inspired. She looks incredible. She looks so good. I want to look like that. And you're like, oh, I know. I'm going to do what I've always done. Copy and paste. She's wearing those sneakers. I'm going to order those exact sneakers. She's wearing that crop top. I'm ordering that exact crop top. She's wearing that blazer. I'm going to get that blazer. And guess what? When I get it, I'm going to look just as good. You order it, you try it on, and you're like, oh, JK, I'm just joking. There's nothing here that resembles anything to how good she looked in that photo. But why is that? Well, that's because with real personal style, you cannot copy and paste. You have to look at the materials you have to work with as well as yourself. Now, I want you to think of Pinterest instead of a copy and paste app for yourself as a source of inspiration. Why? Because if we try to copy and paste one outfit onto someone like us who might have a different coloring profile, different body type, different lifestyle, different tastes, personalities, careers, climates, you have all of these different factors that you are now trying to drag and drop onto yourself. It's no wonder it's not panning out, right? It's no wonder that she looked like a 10 out of 10, and when you put it on, you felt like a 3 out of 10. We don't want that to happen. So what do? We get real about how to build out our personal style profiles. As a personal stylist of over 11 years, I have met so many of you who struggle and fall into the Pinterest trap, okay? You followed someone and you saw their outfits on Pinterest and you ordered them and you put them on and you hated it. And you tried this over and over and over again until you decided to reach out to a stylist. Right? I've seen this happen so many times. But here is the thing that's really important. When this is happening, you need to know that you are not the problem. You're not the problem. Because what can happen is if you keep failing at something, people start to internalize that onto themselves. Oh, my body's not good enough. Oh, if I only looked how I looked in college, I can never do anything right. I have horrible taste. I knew I didn't have good style. You start to internalize, like, my body's wrong. I'm not fashionable. I have horrible taste. It's me. I'm the problem. She could do it. I can't. It must be me. And that's just not true. We're not working with the same materials. We just have to take some of the elements and make the rest our own. But how do we do that? We do that by taking the essence and the energy or the vibe of the outfit and not the exact outfit, right? So we can be looking at an outfit of someone and say, oh, I love how free-spirited and colorful and bright yet flirty and sultry this outfit is. And instead of getting the exact articles of clothing she has, we get things that are in that same spirit. We want the essence, but not the exact outfit. Why? Because things about us physically can be very different than the person that we're looking at. And so things are not going to suit us exactly the same way, but it doesn't mean that one person is better than the other. It just means that we're working with a little bit of different scenario here. So how do we give that same essence to me that was in that photo? That's how we need to be thinking about Pinterest. Essence, not the exact outfit. When you begin to look at the essence and not the exact outfit, this is when your real transformation of personal style can begin. Okay? On the left, we are looking at a client of mine's style icons. Fran Fine, Hilary Banks, Cher from Clueless, and Marilyn Monroe. Okay? These are all people whose essence we are trying to pull from. We're not going to try to track down Marilyn Monroe's exact sweater. We're not trying to track down Fran Fine's exact two-piece outfit. No, we want the essence, the energy. What is it that these women give? Okay? And on the right, we have a look that I styled and created for my client that she loves to wear. Why? It's not an exact carbon copy of anyone's outfits, right? But we found elements of these women in the essence, and we're able to take them and apply them to real outfits and pieces that suit her body type. This client of mine, she's a pear body type, so she's more heavy on the bottom, a little bit more curvaceous on the bottom, a little smaller on top. So we're still working with different body types in the women that have different sizes, different color types. These things are all important, but guess what? You cannot say that the essence has not been captured between the two. When you're focusing on the essence of building your style, so understanding what are the elements and the adjectives that you could use to describe your ideal style versus getting the exact outfits, two-piece sets, sneakers, or shoes of your favorite style icon or influencer, right? When you do it that way, you can actually step back and consider, okay, if I want to be chic and minimalistic with great structure and timeless elements, how do I do that while also thinking about my body type? Oh, my shape, my lifestyle. What kind of days do I have? Oh, what kind of work environment do I have? Which pieces actually align with me? What do I like about this look? Because not every piece will like you back, and it doesn't matter how perfect your body is. It doesn't matter how perfect it is, how imperfect your body is. Nothing will like everyone all the time. It just does not work that way. That's why I stand by the principle of picking things that like you back. That doesn't mean that you are unattractive, difficult, hard to dress when things don't like you back. That just means you're a human, okay? Because as someone who's worked with thousands of clients at this point, over 11 years, there is no client where everything liked them back. It doesn't matter what size they were. It doesn't matter how young they were. Not everything can like you back, and that is awesome, okay? That is how we continue to make personal style personal. For instance, you might say that your style inspiration is Hailey Bieber. So you'll go on Pinterest and you'll look up Hailey Bieber and you look at her outfits and you'll say, oh my gosh, Urban Outfitters has this. Oh my gosh, Nordstrom has this. And so you're going and you're trying to get the exact jean, the exact sneaker, the exact jacket, the exact top. And you don't need any of those. You don't need the exact version of things or even the dupes of things that Hailey Bieber has bought. What you really are saying when you say that you like Hailey Bieber style is that you like someone who's effortlessly cool, who has a little bit of a relaxed approach, trendy elements with minimalism sprinkled throughout. That is truly your essence. How can we find that essence and bring it in? For another example, French girl chic. That is another very, very big and common style profile that people are really interested in. You might say to yourself after looking at numerous photos of French girl chic moments, oh my gosh, I need some striped shirts. I need some ballet flats. I need some cigarette pants. You're looking at the exact things that people are wearing in these photos, and that's not what you need. What you really might like and the essence that you're really trying to reproduce for yourself is intentionality, minimalism, chic, polished, timeless, yet having nice structured elements. That's what you're looking for. That's the essence that you're looking for. You don't need it to be found in simply a pair of ballet flats and a striped shirt. Maybe you don't even like that. Maybe it doesn't even suit your body type. These are the principles that we use to build up personal style. Now that you understand the thinking behind how to use Pinterest, its purpose, and why it might be the reason you have way too many fashion outfit fails, I want to give you a little bit of homework so that you can actually start having outfits that you're excited about. Okay. Now, step one, I want you to go to your Pinterest board. Go to your Pinterest board and start looking at all the things that you've pinned, let's say in the past 6 months. Okay. And ask yourselves, what words would you use to describe the style that's present? Would you say it's feminine, edgy, artistic, bold, relaxed? And there should be numerous adjectives. Try to pick 3 to 5 adjectives that you see present in all of the photos that you have, okay? Now, as you're noticing all the adjectives, find the common thread. What is connecting all of these? Are you finding a lot of romantic flair? Are you finding a lot of structured elements? Are you finding a lot of bold play? What is it that's consistently happening? That's going to be that ribbon that ties everything together. Okay? Now, step 3. Let's be real. What is my lifestyle? Maybe I'm not an influencer. Maybe I can't wear stuff like that to the office. Okay. Maybe you work a 9 to 5. Maybe you're in the office most of your days, and then on the weekends, you're pretty low key. You have to think about your lifestyle. How can we still have this essence of who I am stylistically? But now let's filter some things, right? My lifestyle, my body type, my personality. And also, would I wear this? Would I actually wear this? Now, that might feel a little bit like a hard trick question, but it's not, right? Maybe you love it, but you're like, oh, well, I never wear crop tops. So maybe crop tops are out. But how can we keep that same essence while not losing the magic? Okay? Next, I want you to experiment. Take one element at a time to start bringing into your closet. If you find this a ribbon of romantic flair, how are we going to bring in more soft, romantic, feminine tinges of elements and details into our wardrobe? Start small. You are not going to be burning down your whole closet to restart. You're starting brick by brick. You were never meant to be a carbon copy of anyone, including a Pinterest board. I don't care how inspirational the women on that board are. You are meant to discover your own personal style. And that is when you are going to be the most confident. You are the most confident when you are an elevated, polished, put together, intentional, whatever adjective you want to use, version of yourself, not a cheap dollar store version of someone else. So I want you to think about the next time that you are on Pinterest, I'm not here to copy and paste. I'm here to find the essence of who I really am and put it in my own pot and create my own personal style. Because you are not the problem. Copying and pasting your Pinterest is. Let's find your personal style together. If you still need help and want a little bit more guidance in finding your personal style, you should sign up for an image audit. That's a time when we'll work together one-on-one to discover your personal style, as well as hairstyles that look great on you. We'll talk skincare and makeup, all things big 3 in image. If you want to sign up, please follow the link in the bio, and we'll talk to you later. Toodles.